Hi everyone, welcome to another video here on She's Fit. Hey everyone, and welcome back to She's Fit. Today, we're talking about something super important, a hidden roadblock that might be sabotaging your weight loss journey even when you feel like you are doing everything right. You're counting calories, you're meal prepping, you're hitting the gym, you're sweating it out, but that number on the scale just refuses to budge. It's incredibly frustrating, and I know so many of you have been there. What if I told you the problem isn't your workout plan or your diet? What if the real issue is something you feel, not something you eat? I'm talking about anxiety. That constant feeling of stress, worry, and being on edge is sending a powerful, ancient survival signal to your body. It's basically telling your system, hey, we're in danger. We need to store every bit of energy we can get. And that energy gets stored as fat. Your anxiety is literally putting your body into fat storage mode, making all your hard work feel pointless. But here's the good news. You can switch off this mechanism. And today, we're going to break down exactly how. We'll explore the science behind it in a simple, easy-to-understand way. No complex jargon, I promise. Then, we'll dive into practical, actionable strategies you can start using today to manage your anxiety and finally allow your body to release that stubborn weight. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way, you won't miss out on any of our future videos designed to help you transform your body and mind. And if you're already part of the She's Fit family, do me a huge favor and smash that like button right now. It tells YouTube that you find this content valuable and helps our community grow. Your support means the world to me and allows me to keep making these videos for you. Alright, are you ready to finally understand what's been holding you back? Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the main culprit, a hormone called cortisol. You've probably heard of it as the stress hormone. When you're anxious or stressed, your adrenal glands pump out cortisol. In short bursts, this is a good thing. It is part of our fight or flight response that helped our ancestors survive real threats, like running from a predator. It gives you a quick burst of energy and heightened focus. The problem in our modern world is that our stressors aren't usually a lion chasing us. They're deadlines, traffic, financial worries, or just that constant, low-level hum of anxiety. This means for many of us, our cortisol levels are chronically elevated. We're living in a state of fight or flight almost 24/7. So, how does this high cortisol level impact your weight? In a few major ways. First, it cranks up your appetite, especially for high-fat, high-sugar, comfort foods. Your brain thinks you need quick energy to fight that imaginary tiger, so it sends out intense cravings for donuts, chips, and ice cream. It's not a lack of willpower, it's a biological drive. Second, high cortisol tells your body to store fat, particularly around your midsection. This is called visceral fat, the dangerous kind that wraps around your organs. It's a survival mechanism. Your body thinks it's facing a famine or a long period of stress, so it holds onto energy reserves for dear life. It slows down your metabolism to conserve energy, so you're eating less, but your body is burning even fewer calories than it normally would. It's a frustrating cycle. Stress causes fat storage, and seeing no progress on the scale causes more stress. And there's another piece to this puzzle: insulin. Chronic stress can lead to insulin resistance. This is where your cells stop responding properly to insulin, the hormone that helps regulate your blood sugar. Your body then has to produce more and more insulin to get the job done, and high insulin levels are another powerful signal for your body to store fat. It becomes a perfect storm for weight gain, or at least, a total inability to lose weight. On top of all that, anxiety completely drains your energy. It disrupts your sleep, which further messes with your hormones, including those that control hunger, like ghrelin and leptin. When you're tired, you're less likely to have the motivation to work out or cook a healthy meal. It's so much easier to order takeout and crash on the couch. Does any of this sound familiar? You're not alone, and it is not your fault. It's your body's natural response to what it perceives as a threat. So, the key isn't to just try harder with diet and exercise. The key is to address the root cause, the anxiety itself. We need to send a new signal to our body, one that says, it's okay. We are safe. You can let go of these energy stores. How do we do that? Let's move into the solutions. I am going to share 5 powerful strategies to lower your anxiety and get your body out of survival mode. Strategy number 1. Mindful movement. Notice I didn't just say exercise. While high-intensity workouts are great, if you're already chronically stressed, pushing yourself to exhaustion can sometimes raise cortisol even more. Instead, focus on mindful movement. This could be something gentle like yoga, tai chi, or even just a slow, intentional walk in nature. The goal is to connect your mind with your body. Pay attention to your breath, the feeling of your feet on the ground, the air on your skin. This type of movement has been proven to lower cortisol levels and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's rest and digest mode. It's the direct opposite of fight or flight. Maybe swap one of your high-intensity sessions for a restorative yoga class or a long walk outdoors without your phone. Strategy number 2. The power of the breath. This is the fastest and most direct way to calm your nervous system, and you can do it anywhere, anytime. When you're feeling anxious, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid. By consciously slowing it down, you send a powerful signal of safety to your brain. A simple technique is box breathing. Inhale slowly for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 4, exhale slowly for a count of 4, and hold again for a count of 4. Repeat this for just a few minutes. You'll be amazed at how quickly it can shift your state from anxious to calm. Practice this throughout the day, especially when you feel stress starting to bubble up. Strategy number 3. Prioritize sleep. I cannot overstate this. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a biological necessity. When you're sleep deprived, your cortisol levels skyrocket, and your hunger hormones go haywire. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed. The blue light messes with your melatonin production. Make your bedroom a dark, cool, quiet sanctuary. Maybe read a book, take a warm bath with Epsom salts, or listen to a guided meditation. Protecting your sleep is one of the most effective things you can do for both your mental health and your weight loss goals. Strategy number 4. Nourish, don't restrict. When you're anxious, the last thing you need is the added stress of a super restrictive diet. This can feel like another form of punishment to your body. Instead, focus on nourishing your body with whole, nutrient-dense foods. Think plenty of colorful vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats like avocado and nuts, and complex carbs like sweet potatoes and quinoa. These foods help stabilize your blood sugar and provide the building blocks your brain needs to produce mood-regulating neurotransmitters like serotonin. Also, make sure you're getting enough magnesium, which is known as the calming mineral. Dark leafy greens, almonds, and dark chocolate are great sources. And finally, strategy number 5. Seek support and practice self-compassion. Trying to do this all alone can be overwhelming. Talk to someone you trust, a friend, a family member, or a partner. Sometimes just voicing your anxieties can take away their power. And if your anxiety feels unmanageable, please consider seeking help from a mental health professional. There is absolutely no shame in that. Therapy and other professional support can provide you with tools and strategies specifically tailored to you. Alongside seeking support, practice self-compassion. Your body is not your enemy. It's trying to protect you. Instead of getting angry at the scale or at yourself, try to reframe it. Say, okay, my body is clearly feeling stressed. What can I do today to help it feel safe? Be as kind to yourself as you would be to a friend going through a tough time. This shift in mindset from battle to partnership is transformative. So, to recap, your anxiety triggers a cortisol-driven survival mode that makes your body cling to fat. To switch this off, you need to signal safety to your nervous system. You can do this through mindful movement, conscious breathing, prioritizing sleep, nourishing your body instead of restricting it, and practicing self-compassion while seeking support. I want you to try something this week. Don't add anything new to your workout or diet. Instead, pick just one of these anxiety-reducing strategies and commit to it. Maybe it's 5 minutes of box breathing every morning, or a 20-minute walk after dinner without your phone, or a strict no screens in the bedroom rule. Just one small thing. Then, pay attention to how you feel, not just the number on the scale, but your energy levels, your mood, your sleep quality. Remember, true, sustainable transformation is about more than just calories in and calories out. It's about creating a state of internal balance and safety. When you manage your stress, you're not just improving your mental health, you are fundamentally changing your body's chemistry to allow for weight loss. You're finally letting all your hard work in the kitchen and the gym actually pay off. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really hope this shed some light on a topic that isn't talked about enough. If this resonated with you, please leave a comment below and share which strategy you're going to try this week. I love hearing from you and building this amazing community. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Before we start, I need to share something that has made all the difference for me. You know those days when you try hard but feel like your body just isn't responding the way it should? Well, I found out that sleep has way more impact on weight loss than I ever imagined. That's when I discovered Sleep Lean, a natural supplement specially designed to help women burn fat while they sleep. Yes, while they sleep. It's not a miracle, of course, but when combined with good nutrition and the right habits, the results are amazing. I personally felt my body lighter, my belly less bloated, and a different kind of energy just within the first few weeks. I'll leave the link here in the description so you can check all the details after the video. Trust me, it was a game changer for me. Now, let's get back to the video content. When you live in a constant state of high alert, your brain enters a primitive operating mode that completely ignores your aesthetic goals. It cannot tell the difference between the pressure of a tight deadline at work, a family argument, or financial anxiety and an actual predator attacking you in the wild. To your nervous system, the danger is imminent, and the biological response is the immediate release of cortisol, known as the stress hormone. The big problem is that cortisol has a unique and relentless evolutionary mission: to save energy at all costs to ensure you survive a perceived crisis. The moment cortisol levels spike and stay high, your body assumes you are in a period of scarcity or extreme danger. This creates a cruel paradox. Even if your diet is flawless and low in calories, excess cortisol acts like a foreman locking the doors of your fat cells. It signals to the body that food might be scarce in the near future, and the immediate response is to drastically decrease your basal metabolic rate. Your body begins to hold on to every single ounce of fat, especially in the visceral area, as a vital emergency reserve. It is an uneven biological struggle where your conscious willpower loses to your unconscious survival instinct. While you try to rev up your metabolism with exercise and restrictions, cortisol pulls the emotional handbrake, intentionally slowing the system down. Furthermore, high cortisol breaks down muscle tissue to turn it into quick glucose, which means you might be losing muscle, the very thing that actually burns calories while keeping your fat stores intact. This chronic state of alert keeps your body inflamed and in a cycle of water retention that masks any progress you might be making. You feel bloated, heavy, and above all, cheated, because the effort you put into the gym does not translate into visible results. Understanding that your body is not trying to sabotage you, but rather protect you from a danger that only exists in your anxious mind, is the key to changing the game. Without lowering the levels of this stress chemistry, you will continue swimming against a biological current that is much stronger than any calorie deficit you can impose. Ever wonder why you're struggling to lose weight even when you're eating right and exercising? The answer might be in your head, not on your plate. Anxiety doesn't just mess with your mind. It physically changes your blood chemistry, turning your body into a fat-storing machine. Here's how it works. When you feel stressed or worried, your body goes into fight or flight mode. Your nervous system tells your liver to dump a huge amount of glucose sugar into your bloodstream. This is supposed to give your muscles the energy to run from danger. But let's be real, you're probably just stuck in traffic or staring at your computer, not escaping a tiger. Since you're not physically burning off all that extra sugar, your pancreas has to work overtime. It pumps out tons of insulin to get that sugar out of your blood. And here's the crucial part. Insulin is a storage hormone. When insulin levels are high, it's biologically impossible for your body to burn fat. Instead, it flips a switch to maximum fat storage mode. This excess insulin loves to target your belly, creating that stubborn visceral fat that just won't budge. Over time, this constant cycle of stress-induced sugar and insulin spikes can lead to insulin resistance, all because of your emotional state, not just the food you eat. This explains why that low-carb diet or intermittent fasting that worked before suddenly stopped. You could be eating zero carbs, but your anxiety is literally creating sugar inside your body, keeping your insulin high all day. It's a vicious cycle where your internal panic locks down your metabolism. Until you address the root cause of your anxiety, your body will stay in this protective fat storage mode, no matter how hard you try in the gym or kitchen. You get trapped by your own body chemistry, where worrying about your weight actually prevents you from losing it. It's time to focus on managing stress to unlock your metabolism. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on how your mind and body are connected. Hey everyone, have you ever felt like you're doing everything right with your diet and exercise, but the scale just won't budge? Or worse, it goes up? Well, the culprit might be something you're overlooking: anxiety and the quality of your sleep. Let's talk about it. Anxious women often struggle to get that deep, restorative sleep. This is a silent disaster for weight loss because the magic actually happens during those deep sleep phases. When your mind is racing and just won't shut off, your body can't enter the state it needs to regulate crucial metabolic hormones. So, you wake up already at a biological disadvantage. Here's what happens. A lack of quality rest sends your ghrelin levels through the roof. Ghrelin is the hunger hormone made in your stomach, and it's the one that screams, "I'm starving, feed me now." At the exact same time, your body cuts back on producing leptin. Leptin is the fullness hormone made in your fat cells, and its job is to tell your brain, "Hey, we're good, you can stop eating." The result? You're left with this constant, nagging feeling of emptiness that no amount of water or fiber seems to satisfy. The day after a night of anxious, restless sleep, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logical decisions and self-control, is seriously weakened. This means that even if you have the strongest willpower to just eat a light salad, your brain is chemically wired to seek out dense, high-calorie foods. It's desperate to compensate for the lack of energy. It's like there's this little voice inside, pushing you towards sugar and carbs because your body thinks this fatigue is a dangerous energy crisis that needs to be fixed immediately. So, let me be clear. You're not failing because you lack character or discipline. You are fighting a powerful survival instinct triggered by a night of anxious insomnia. This hormonal imbalance creates a vicious cycle. The physical fatigue makes you more anxious, which then triggers uncontrollable hunger, preventing weight loss and even causing weight gain. And when you see that number on the scale go up, what happens? Your anxiety spikes even more, ruining the next night's sleep and keeping this frustrating cycle going. On top of all that, it's during deep sleep that our bodies release growth hormone, which is essential for burning fat and maintaining muscle. Without that deep sleep, you don't just feel hungrier. Your body literally loses its ability to burn fat efficiently. Your weight loss journey turns into this exhausting, almost impossible battle against your own brain chemistry. It feels like a sacrifice your body just refuses to make. But here's the key: it will accept it, and you will see progress as soon as you start prioritizing rest. Your sleep is not a luxury. It's the foundation of your health and weight loss success. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you understand your body a little better. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content to help you on your wellness journey. See you next time. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, eating clean, trying to exercise, but the scale just won't budge? And on top of that, you're constantly feeling anxious, tired, and even cold? Well, there's a powerful connection between your anxiety and your metabolism that might explain everything. Let's talk about your thyroid. Think of it as your body's thermostat, controlling how fast your cells work. It produces a hormone called T4, which needs to be converted into the active form, free T3. Free T3 is what actually tells your cells to burn fat for energy. But here's the catch: prolonged anxiety puts your body in a state of chronic stress. When your body senses this constant stress, it thinks you're in danger and decides it's not safe to spend energy. So, it chemically blocks the conversion of T4 to the active T3. Instead, it starts making something called reverse T3. Imagine reverse T3 as a broken key. It fits into the same locks on your cells that free T3 would use, but it doesn't turn. It just blocks the spot, preventing the real key from getting in and revving up your metabolism. This creates a really frustrating situation. Your blood tests might even look normal, but internally, your body is in a severe power-saving mode. This is why you might have cold hands and feet, a deep fatigue that sleep doesn't fix, and feel like you gain weight just by looking at food. It's like your nervous system is constantly throwing buckets of ice water on your internal metabolic fire. This whole process also lowers your basal body temperature, making your body a less efficient environment for burning fat. The reverse T3 is sending a hibernation signal to your mitochondria, the tiny power plants in your cells. This can leave you with brain fog and zero energy for exercise, which, of course, just makes the anxiety worse because you're not seeing results. But here's the most important thing to understand: your metabolism isn't broken. It's protecting you. It's a defense mechanism against what it perceives as a hostile environment. As long as the underlying anxiety isn't managed, your thyroid will always prioritize survival over aesthetics. No matter how strict your diet is, your body will cling to that weight. The first step isn't another diet. It's addressing the stress and anxiety that are holding your metabolism hostage. If you're struggling with these feelings, please know that you're not alone and help is available. Reaching out to a mental health professional can be a powerful step towards regaining control. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on how your mind and body work together. Anxiety creates a thick cognitive fog that prevents us from distinguishing real physiological hunger from a desperate emotional urgency to seek immediate comfort. When you are under the influence of anxiety, your brain enters a reward-seeking state to compensate for internal discomfort, and the fastest way to get that gratification is through dopamine. Sugar and refined carbohydrates act as the most accessible and potent drug to temporarily calm your nervous system, creating an artificial sense of safety and pleasure that lasts only a few minutes but is highly addictive to a stressed brain. This process of emotional eating often happens almost unconsciously, showing up as mindless grazing throughout the day, choosing heavier comfort foods at night, or raiding the pantry when no one is looking. These choices might seem isolated or harmless in the moment, but the mathematical sum of them completely sabotages any calorie deficit you planned for your week. The real danger is that emotional hunger is not born in the stomach. It is born in the mind. It is sudden, specific to fatty or sweet foods, and it does not go away even when you are physically full. You end up eating until you feel uncomfortable, simply trying to fill a void that is, in reality, sensory overload. Understanding that this uncontrollable craving for food is actually a silent cry for help from your emotional system is the first and most important step to breaking the cycle of self-sabotage and regaining real control over what goes on your plate. Furthermore, anxiety drains your mental energy, which means that by the end of the day, your ability to make healthy decisions is completely exhausted. It is in this moment of vulnerability that emotional eating becomes an automatic defense mechanism. Your brain seeks out sugar not because you are weak, but because it wants a quick energy source to cope with the emotional exhaustion you are carrying. To win this battle, you need to learn how to identify the anxiety trigger before it turns into a request for food. By treating the root of your state of mind, you strip away the power that food has over your emotions, allowing weight loss to stop being a punitive sacrifice and become a natural consequence of a balanced and conscious mind. To truly lose weight as an anxious person, your focus must urgently shift away from the plate and go straight to your nervous system by regulating the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the main component of your parasympathetic system, which is responsible for telling your body that the danger has passed and that it can finally relax, digest, and burn fat. Practices that activate this pathway of calm, such as deep diaphragmatic breathing, strict sleep hygiene, and implementing strategic breaks throughout the day, are just as important to your progress as the heaviest weightlifting session. When you live in a fight or flight state, your body prioritizes survival, but when you signal through physical and mental cues that your environment is safe, it finally receives the biological permission to release stored fat reserves because it understands it no longer needs them to face a future crisis. Sustainable weight loss for women must begin with the mind, calming the internal storm of thoughts and worries so that the body can finally exit defensive mode and respond to the stimuli of diet and exercise. If you keep your nervous system in shambles, no amount of cardio will compensate for the metabolic block generated by cellular panic. You need to teach your brain to trust in abundance and tranquility again, breaking the cycle of inflammation that stress causes. This involves setting healthy boundaries, learning to say no to avoid overwhelm, and treating your rest as a non-negotiable commitment in your weight loss routine. By taming anxiety, you naturally reduce cortisol and insulin levels, allowing the enzymes responsible for breaking down fat to work efficiently once again. It is a paradigm shift where you stop punishing your body with severe restrictions and start nourishing it with safety and emotional stability. When peace is established internally, the body no longer feels the need to carry the extra weight of a fat armor. The result is a metabolism that works in your favor again, transforming the weight loss journey into a fluid, natural, and above all, lasting process where external beauty becomes merely the visible reflection of a deeply restored mental health. The journey to the body you desire is not a war against yourself, but a search for balance and inner peace. When you stop fighting your anxiety and start embracing your nervous system, the weight begins to come off naturally as a consequence of a healthy body. Remember that you are so much more than a number on the scale, and your mental health is the foundation of every physical transformation. Start treating your mind today with the same dedication you give your diet, and the results will finally show up. And don't forget the tip I gave you at the beginning. If you need to lose weight, click the link in the video description and get Sleep Lean right now. It might be exactly what is missing in your journey. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe here to She's Fit, and share this video to help the channel grow. Also, let me know in the comments what kind of content you want to see next to help you on your weight loss journey.